Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the importance of asking for what you want. So this might sound like a really basic video, but in reality, this is actually a really important part of running a successful business in general, let alone in SMMA. But I think because SMMA is a very beginner focused business and there's a lot of people starting their first businesses within SMMA, that they do make this mistake because of many different reasons, whether it be imposter syndrome, whether it be they're just scared to ask for what they really want, or they don't know they need to ask for what they really want. It's usually a combination of all of them. And I'm comfortable making this video without coming across arrogant and feeling like I'm, above everyone else, because I made all of these mistakes as well, guys. When I first started, I was a very young kid. I'm still a young kid now, 24. And I made these mistakes, and I'm happy to say I made these mistakes because they're the things that really make a difference within your business. When people first start and they're not getting clients and they're not closing deals, or they can't get a successful meeting, people usually think, well, it's because my strategy is not right, or it's because this isn't right, or I've not got this in order. However, a lot of the time, it's actually not having little things like this in terms of knowing how to ask for what you want in the correct way that's actually preventing you getting the deal. So in this video, I'm going to give you a few examples of scenarios where you need to ask for what you want and how to go about it. So number one is asking for a meeting. Now, what a lot of people do in this scenario is they'll send a massive piece of outreach. They'll get on a phone call with someone, or they'll be pitching to someone in the street, or whatever the scenario is. And they're almost waiting for that client to ask them for a meeting, when that's actually completely the wrong way to go about it. What you need to do is pitch the meeting, and we always say this: sell the meeting, not your services. Firstly, give them a reason to accept the meeting. Like, what are they going to get out of getting on this call with you? Is it just so you can pitch your services to them? In that case, they're never going to show up. Or are you actually going to give them something on that call that's going to make it worthwhile, even if they don't go ahead with you? And that's where you need to be very careful with how you ask for the meeting, and that's what this video is about. Not only what you need to ask for, but how to go about it. What a lot of people do in their email outreach, their DM outreach, or even on cold calls, they'll say, right, can I pencil you in for a 15-minute call to tell you about my services? Why would anyone accept that deal? Why would anyone take 15 minutes out of their day where they could be earning money for their business to listen to a pitch and be sold thousands of pounds in services? Your arguments might be, well, because my services are so great. In the grand scheme of things, they get that many offers to get on a 15-minute call for the next biggest thing. Even if they're in the market for it, they need to have that solid offer and a solid reason to take up with what you're asking for. So when you're asking for a meeting, make sure you've got an offer in place, give them a reason to get on the call, and make it worthwhile and ask it in the right way. But the bottom line is, make sure you are actually asking for a meeting, instead of just saying, hi, I'm a social media marketing agency. I run Facebook ads. I run YouTube ads. Are you interested? No, like, you need to ask for the meeting and push them down your sales process. Number two, which is a bit further along in the journey, is asking them for an offer to run. So when you onboard them, when the invoice is paid, contract's been signed, you get on a strategy call with them, you need to ask them for an offer. What a lot of people do is they'll get on the strategy call once they've signed a client, and the client will say, right, I want you to run Facebook ads to my website and get me loads of sales, get me loads of leads. When in reality, you're the marketer, you're the head of marketing for that business, and you need to control and you need to operate it in that way. So you need to say, right, Tim, I'm going to use Tim as an example again. Tim, I need an offer. Like, these Facebook ads, due to how saturated the platform is with loads of marketers, we need to stand out, especially if you're in a service like dentistry or hair transplants, or stuff where there's loads of businesses offering the same product and service. E-com brands are a bit different, because hopefully the e-commerce brand has a unique product, a unique selling point, and these dentists will as well. But you need to work with them to be like, right, this offer, if you give me this offer, if you say, right, I would love 30% off for a limited time only, can I please have that? Can you allow me to run a marketing campaign to get people in the door, and then you pick up the profit on the back end through the lifetime value of the customer? Like, you need to ask for that, and you can't be scared to ask for that. All they can do is say, Harry, Unfortunately, that type of offer just makes it unprofitable for us, so we're going to have to think of a new one. But you need to probe those questions and you need to ask for them to give you a really compelling offer. Otherwise, your Facebook ad campaigns or any marketing campaigns are going to really struggle to take off because you're not standing them out from the crowd. Number 3 is you need to ask them for content. So the same way when you get on that strategy call and you ask for your offer, you're going to need to ask them for content as well. And people, I've experienced this in the past where people are scared to ask for that content, that video content, just in case they don't have it. But all you can do is ask. You want them to send you over a Google Drive, or we transfer all of the images, all of the videos that they have over the past 10 years of running their business that you can use as material across all of your marketing campaigns. Number 4 is asking for a set amount of time. So if you're struggling to build authority in the relationship with your client, this is going to be a big factor because they're going to put you under lots of pressure. They're going to say, right, Harry, that funnel that we've just gone over and the content I've just sent, I need that by Tuesday. Well, that's not really for them to say. Yes, they can ask you for their preference of when it can be up by, but it's down to you to ask for that set amount of time. Don't just leave it up and say, right, you'll get it when you'll get it. Say, right, Tim, I need a week to put this together. I need it. Otherwise, it's not going to get done. It's not going to be done to the best quality. It's not going to be, we're going to cut corners and it's not going to be right. So you need to ask for time on particular projects and particular tasks that you're doing for them. And instead of just kind of being like, oh, they'll get done when I'll get done. Like I'm working on it. It might be done next week. No, say, right, I need this amount of time. Like that's what I need. Number 5 is a really interesting one, and we've hinted on this in a few previous videos. And so another thing that you need to ask for when it comes to the end of your contract term, so saying you sign a client for 4 months, towards the end of that 4-month agreement, you need to ask them for an extension. You need to ask them and say, right, we need a meeting to talk about this project and talk about this partnership. You need to get on there and say, right, like this is the summary of what we've achieved over the past 4 months. And I would really love it if you could give them the opportunity for 3 more months, 4 more months, or to the end of the year to really showcase, right, now 4 months are in, we've got everything set up. We've got, 3 months of ads up and running. We've built loads of data. Here's the plan for the next 3 months. Are you willing to sign a contract? And what a lot of people do, and really how a lot of people lose, extending their contracts with business owners, is they're too scared to ask for an extension. Even if you didn't get them the best results, you can still repitch you as a new strategy of where you're going to take it, what we've learned over the past 3 months and where we can take it. Don't be that guy or that agency that gets the 3-month contract and then loses it because they're too scared to ask for a 3 more month contract. Like there's no need. Just build up the courage, book a meeting and extend the contract right away. Number 6 is another really interesting one because I've never heard anyone talk about this, is asking for their trust. And this could be perceived in a quite wishy-washy way. But what I mean by asking for their trust is, say you're the same way previously. If you're struggling to build authority in the relationship and they're not questioning what you're doing, but they're testing you and saying, right, you've come with your proposed strategy. How about we run this instead? Or we had a recent Academy member had a client meeting, and the client said, I really don't want to run funnels. I don't think they work for my business. And in that situation, when a sales funnel is going to get them better results and it's going to convert that traffic better, what you really need to do is sit down with that client and say, Tim, I really, really need your trust on this. Yes, we can go ahead with no sales funnel. We can push traffic to your website, but I really believe you're going to regret it because X, Y, and Z. These are the benefits of the sales funnel. This is the experience we've got. This is what's happened to our past clients. And I really need your trust on this. If you want to get the most out of these 3 months, and I want to get the best out of these 3 months, because that means you're going to stay as a client longer, I need you to trust me. And sometimes it does need that conversation where you just ask them for the trust, because otherwise, if that's left unsaid, and you kind of say, and you're just agreeing with everything they say, even though the strategies that you're proposing actually do get a better result, you're going to lose that client after the 3 months because you listened to them and you didn't kind of stand up for what is the best route to go. So don't be scared and ask for the trust to be put into you, your strategy, and your team. And finally, we've made a video on this in the past. An annoying thing with SMMA, because it does operate on an invoice basis. Yes, you can set up reoccurring payments with your clients. However, for those clients where you have to invoice them and they pay and they don't pay on time, it can be really annoying. It messes up your cash flow. If you've got overheads, it does get quite annoying. And it's usually a very innocent issue. It's usually that they haven't got time to pay the invoice, or they've just not got around to it yet. However, when people don't pay your invoices and you've got really bad communication with your client, which is step 1, fix the communication and you'll get paid on time. The same with all of these. You need to just ask them, Tim, we are a small business, although, you know, we're a very successful agency, we are a small business. Can you please make sure that you pay the invoice on time? Because it really helps us out. Like these little conversations solve so many issues, guys. Like I've had people in the past message me saying, Harry, like I'm still been running Facebook ads for this client, but he's not paid me in 2 weeks. And I said, well, have you contacted him? And he said, yeah, I've sent him a few emails and he's ignoring me. And I said, no, right, you need to ring him. Ring him now and just say, Tim, like, what's happening with the invoice? Are you going to pay it? X, Y, and Z. And it was solved instantly. He paid it the same day. He wasn't checking his emails. He's a busy business owner, and he just needs that gentle reminder. And he'll actually respect you a lot more if you just say to him, in the future, please, can you make sure you pay your invoice on time? And that's just prime example of you asking the client for something super simple, but it just takes away all of the shit. What most people do, and kind of a summary of everything we've just gone through, they're all issues that people hide away from. They're all issues where, like I said at the beginning, they're, you know, they have imposter syndrome. They feel like they shouldn't be asking for that stuff. They feel guilty for chasing an invoice. Like it's all that stuff that I had when I first started. A lot of people have when they first start, but you do just get over it. And the easiest way to solve it, with the same with every issue in business, if you do stuff through emails, you do stuff through texts, it prolongs the process. Just pick up the phone and speak to them. And that goes across the board with everything in business. If a client's got an issue with something, don't reply to an email, give them a call straight away and be like, right, let's get this issue solved and move on. The longer you drag it out on emails, texts, you misread things, you then respond in an angry, but it just gets messy. So build up the courage, just pick up the phone and ask the client of what you need, what you want, and what you expect from the relationship moving forward. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that video, guys. It's a really interesting one. I've not seen anyone kind of make a video like this, and that's kind of where I want to take the channel now, because we've gone through a lot of the videos like pricing and stuff like that. I want to start making videos on the little details that SMMA owners and people on YouTube aren't making, and I'm sick of seeing, right, the hidden strategy that makes you 10K a month. Like I'm bored of those videos. Those are the videos that aren't actually going to help you. That's just to sell a course or get you to subscribe or whatever. I want to build a community here, and the same with Tom, of real SMMA owners that are running a successful business themselves. You know, they're operating it, they're in the trenches running Facebook ads for their clients. I want that community to build on this channel. And I think the best way to do that is by doing videos like this, because that's such crucial advice that someone who doesn't know this or is struggling with a particular topic we just discussed there, is going to solve their issue instantly. So hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Yeah, please make sure you subscribe, because there's a massive chunk of you that aren't subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you're listening on Spotify, thanks a lot, because we're really massively growing on Spotify too, with the amount of downloads that we're seeing daily and ranking on the charts. So massively appreciate it, guys. If you've not watched our previous video, it was an interview with an Academy member of ours who called Jack, discussing his journey, and then we're going to catch up with him in 6 months' time and do a new video to see how far he's come. So give that video a watch, guys. And yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m.